This is The Folkungs, written by M.E. Javits, narrated by Wyn Delano. The Folkungs, by M.E. Javits, narrated by Wyn Delano. Chapter 1. Nykoping Sweden, 1291. It was a typical Swedish winter day, with pale sunlight reflecting on crisp white snow, so bitter cold that icicles formed on eyebrows and hair. Young Erik shivered as he trailed behind his two brothers. Not even his well-oiled, lambskin-lined boots could keep the numbness from his toes, nor could his thick woolen hose and high boots protect his legs from the biting wind. He pulled his leather cap lower over his ears and wrapped his fur-lined mantle closer to his body, silently cursing as he pushed on against the wind to catch up to his brothers. Erik's displeasure was due not just to the biting cold. All three boys were disappointed with their hunting luck that day. Only Erik had felled a hare, and it was a skinny one at that. Even this meager achievement had greatly annoyed his elder brother Birger, who sullenly led the way along the meandering river below Nykoping Castle, his eyes searching eagerly among the snow-covered bushes for any sign of wildlife. Their younger brother, Valdemar, followed close behind him. The three royal brothers had been hunting for several hours, and now longed to be in front of the castle's warming fires, but felt that they could not possibly return without a more impressive bounty. Although King Birger was only 11, Prince Erik 9, and Prince Valdemar 8 years of age, they were acutely aware of the importance of living up to their stations. Birger, in particular, resented being unable to outshine a younger brother in any game or sport, but Erik was the tallest, quickest, and strongest of the three. Each had brought along their hunting dog, and the three mastiffs were roaming around the area sniffing in the snow for game. The animals were treasured gifts from their late father, and with the help of their teacher, Father Niels, they had searched the classics for suitable names for their dogs. Young King Birger had named his dog Brutus, Erik named his Ajax, but Valdemar had insisted on calling his Cupid. Erik and Birger had been merciless in their teasing, while their two sisters had thought the name adorable. Suddenly Birger's dog Brutus flushed a beaver from among tree roots by the river bank out onto the ice. Brutus dashed after the animal. Birger urgently called him back, knowing the ice was always thin on the fast-flowing river. But it was too late. Brutus had raced out, skidded, and slid into the rushing water. He tried to swim back, but was caught in a swirling pool, unable to clamber onto the slippery surface. Without thinking, Birger ran out to reach his dog. For a few steps the ice held, then broke under his weight. The current quickly dragged him under. Erik acted instinctively. Rushing downstream to an opening in the ice, he lay down belly first and crawled onto the fragile surface. Submerging his arm into the icy water, he grabbed Birger around the neck as the current dragged him by. "Valdemar!" Erik yelled in desperation. "I cannot hold him alone!" Valdemar, who had stood nearly paralyzed, broke from his spell and rushed to help. Erik was aware that their combined weight on the ice could send the three of them to their deaths, but as if by divine intervention, or more probably good luck, they were able to haul Birger from the freezing water. "Brutus!" gasped Birger. "Save Brutus!" The dog was still caught in the whirlpool, barely managing to keep his head above water. Erik knew the neighboring ice would not hold, and looked at the frantic animal in dismay. Then he noticed a branch of a large tree projecting over the water. He threw his wet gloves on the ground, jumped up, and caught the limb with his stiff, cold fingers. Hand over hand, he made his way to a spot above the drowning animal, and stretched out his leg to where he could feel the dog's muzzle touch his boot. "Seize!" he commanded the well-trained animal. The dog's jaws clamped shut on his foot with a gnashing sound. In
Sample complete. Ready to continue?